For actions, we have three types. They are pre-signed, delegation, and multi-sig delegation. Here, we still recommend users read through our documentation first. It covers the underlying mechanics of all three action types in thorough detail. But let's go straight to the demo. First, the pre-signed transaction. It's a more conservative authorization strategy. It grants Phalcon a one-time authorization to send a privileged operation transaction on behalf of the project team. Let's create one and give it a try. This field here, sender address, should be set to an address that the project team controls and that has permission to execute privileged operations like pause, an EOA address. Alright, we'll just grab a random on-chain address for now. Good, a pre-signed TX dialog has popped up. The nonce number 173 below is automatically fetched by the system based on this address, its current nonce at this moment, and in the field below, you paste in the pre-signed transaction. I've already written one ahead of time, a script that generates this raw transaction. That script is available in our documentation. This one basically executes a pause. First, let's set the nonce to an incorrect value, and the gas price to something very low as well. Gas limit also set very low. Let's give it a try first. Alright, now let's copy that transaction over. Our system is able to detect that the nonce is incorrect for the transaction we signed. Now let's fix the nonce and try again. Okay. Alright. And now the gas is too low. Okay, now the gas price is too low. Below the base fee. All validations have passed now. At this point, the system will automatically simulate the transaction so users can review the execution result and confirm it matches expectations. We click this link to jump over to Phalcon Explorer. Notice that this is indeed a pause transaction targeting the YETH pool. It is that transaction, except the private key I used to sign, it doesn't actually hold the pause permission for this pool. So it reverted. Now click Create. You can see that because the simulated execution failed on my end, the action cannot be created. So if a user configures this with an address they actually control and has the right permissions, it will definitely succeed. You can also add multiple pre-signed transactions here. Now let's configure the second action type, delegation. First, let's click on gas management. You'll see that the system has generated a proxy address for each user. This address is the one that acts on behalf of the project team to send blocking transactions, the proxy EOA. To use the delegation action, users need to pre-fund this proxy EOA with some gas fees. Alright, let's create a delegation action. Click Create Action. Check Delegation. Alright, enter the info. Notice there's a gas bidding strategy option here. If you enable it, the system will set a higher gas price when sending the blocking transaction. Let's check that. And here, target contract. This is the contract the blocking transaction will call. Typically, that's the project's own contract. Let's just pick the contract that was the victim in the urine attack. Then, under Functions, we'll select Pause. Clearly, delegation mode requires the user to pre-authorize the proxy address with special permissions like pauser before the attack happens. Otherwise, the blocking transaction will revert. We click Create. Then we select a monitor. Say, this attack monitor. Click Add Action here. Then select the delegation action we just created, and click Save. With that, our action is fully configured. That concludes the demo for the first two action types.